Well, hi everybody. Here we're back in my shop and we're out in the boring mill room. We're not going to do a video about the boring mill though. Sometimes I refer to this as like bay 3 because I actually have 3 bays about the same size. So what I really did is, because this is kind of a shop update, I haven't done much work on the boring mill at all for a long time. But we're going to pan around here, and there you see my South Bend lathe that used to be up in, bay number 2, which is next door to us. Anyway, I moved it back here, kind of putting it into semi-retirement. I still use it, but it's got some issues. Probably the biggest problem is the spindle bearings in here are bronze bushings and they're wore out. All the shims are gone, and so you got to be careful. You can't take too heavy cuts with it, but so I'm not real sure what I'm going to do with it, but I still use it for quick jobs, little jobs, drive shafts, things like that. So I'm not real sure I'm not going to get rid of it. But I moved it back here. Now we're going to go from here. We'll go up into the second bay there, and I'll show you some more things there. I put an air hose reel in here, but if you look there, I put it on a hinge. So now you can swing this around to anywhere you want. And that's a 50-foot hose. So that does this whole bay back here. And I've mounted some of the tooling for this South Bend lathe back here on the wall. Some tool holders. And more tool holders. So anyway, now I think we'll walk through the door and we'll go up to the second bay, and I'll show you why I moved this guy back here. Well, let's go through the door and we'll go show you some of the updates we did. So might be a bumpy ride. I'm doing this handheld. Now this is bay number 2. And if you look up there, it looks a little whiter. I finally got my ceilings painted, some new lights in. You see the dark, that's the way it used to look. Now it's white all the way across there. And we got some more improvements we're going to show you. Everything up in this area has been rewired electrically with the 110 and 3-phase also. One thing you might notice is I got a crane put up here by my big lathe. Now that crane will swing clear out, well, to where I'm standing to pick things up, but I have to move that post yet, and I knew I was going to. But then up there, it just misses the exhaust pipe for the furnace, and we added in another ceiling fan there. Excuse me. And so now we got all my controls right underneath here for all the lighting. This one controls the ceiling fan, which I couldn't turn them on and off before, but now I can. And these are one row of lights, another row of lights, and this is the lights over the big lathe that I'm standing by. So, and I put up another crane over there, which that one will go clear out and reach over my K&T mill. So now I can get back to working on it. And you see where it's not painted at, that's the area I want to take apart yet and clean up, put together, do a little work on it. I can get him finally going. That's a number 3B plane. It's probably, I'm going to call it 1925, because everybody tells me it's between 20 and 30, so. And it takes a number 12 brown and sharp. Now, look down there. There's a motor for it, and you can see where the big flat belt is back in there. This thing could have been ran off of a line shaft, but somebody mounted this motor on, and I completely redid all the motor mounts down there. And if you kind of look at that motor, if you watch Steve Summers' channel, he took the motor out of his K&T, and I swear it looks exactly like this thing. But this one sits on the outside, so I've been making some covers to cover up the top holes so I don't get chips down in there. But anyway, there's another view of that crane. See, it comes well out above the mill so I can get things on it. But the real deal is right there. That's a new to me lathe that I've had for a couple years, and finally got it all up and running and got it moved in here and leveled out. It's this is a Boyle and Ames lathe. It's a 16 by 54. It has an L1 chuck mount on it, which is the exact same as that lathe has. So we can interchange chucks from these two guys now. It's a pretty heavy pattern machine. It has a Morris Taper 4, which is like this other one. And this has the Timken style spindle bearings on it. It's a gearhead machine, so all you got to do is shift all these levers to get to the different gears. It goes from 16 to 480. And if you look around on the ways, hoping that'll show up, you can still see all the scrape marks on it. So I think it's a pretty good old machine, and I don't know how good the scrape marks are going to show up, but they might. Actually, you can see them a little better over there on that side than the back side. I don't know why, but and this machine has a pump, an oil pump, right in here. So as the carriage is going back and forth, it's automatically oiling everything underneath the carriage, which is kind of nice. I think that's why it's in the shape that it's in. But I think I'm going to get a tripod set up on here, and then we'll run it through some gears. Why don't we just turn it on? There it's running. Motor. I'm not sure what gear I got it in right now. Well, I'll get it set up on a tripod. We'll run it through some of the gears. Get the camera on the tripod anyway. I've done some work with it. It seems to be doing really good as far as machine work. A lot of little things I had to fix on it, but I wanted another accurate machine, and my old South Bend just, you know, it wasn't quite doing it anymore. So I picked this one up. Alright, I'll get to set up on a tripod and we'll kind of run it through the gears a little bit. Alright, we're ready to run it through a few gears. This lathe doesn't have a back gear. It only has it just has 12 speeds and there's no back gear in it. So the slowest speed is 16 and the fastest gear is 48. So I picked out a few gears that I'm going to run it through to kind of demonstrate how it runs. So this first one's going to be 16 RPMs. And that's the slowest. My other lathe, I think the slowest it goes is like 35 or 38. So this is 16 again. That's pretty slow. So now we're going to stop it and go up to 52. Nope, it should be 52. Now we'll go clear up to excuse me, 190. This 190. Now we're just going to hit the rest of the gears to up to the 480. So this is 190, and the next one we'll go up to is 254. 254. To me, it's pretty quiet. Now we'll go to 366. 366. And there we go up to 480. Our top speed. Well, maybe I can set up sometime and do some cuts on it. Well, I've been doing a little bit with it, but I got to find a good camera position for that. So this transmission kind of reminds me of a semi-truck transmission, because it's like a twin countershaft transmission. Because you see one counter shaft here, and then there's another one over on this side, and I think that's how they get all the gears, because you have two shifters here for this, and you got two shifters here for that side. So, and it's a 12-speed, so it just reminds me of a truck transmission. Well, I said we'd try to do some test cuts on here, so I think I got the camera set up, and I'm on the back side of the lathe, so I'll come around to the front and we're going to do a face cut here, and we're going to take 100 thousandths off, and our speed is going to be 254, and we're going about I believe it's 8 thousandths per rev. So here we go. Like it handled that pretty good. Now I'm going to put on a different cutter, and then we'll do another cut. Alright, I moved the camera over to the other side of the lathe. So we're going to change tools. And this is a CA tool post holder that I use on this machine. And this is a 16-inch lathe. And then I have a CA tool post on my 20-inch lathe. Well, I wanted to use the same tooling for both of them. So what I ended up doing is I made this little block for here. And I can put this on top of my tool post. And then when my holder comes down into position, it's relatively close to the other one. You know, you still might have to adjust it a little bit, but I really haven't been. So we just put our holder on like so. Of course, I got the camera too close. There. And then drop it down a little bit, slip that block underneath there, and lock it in, and you're ready to go. So now we'll start her up again, and we'll make a different cut. Touch off. There we go. There, this will be 100 thousandths. Same speed and same feed rate. Like it handles it pretty well. I don't know if it'll like going up here any deeper, but that's another 150 thousandths there. We'll try it. I'll stop it if we have any trouble. That's 250 thousandths. That worked out pretty good. Well, just playing around a little bit. There's something else this lathe will do. I'll move it back here just a little bit. Reposition you so you can see the knobs. There we go. That's pretty good. You can run this lathe in longitude or crossway at the same time. So there's crossway. Let's see. Let's change direction. So this would be for like a short taper. So we'll cross feed. No, I'm still going the wrong direction. It's going right the first one. This would be short taper. Now there's a longitude way. Now they're both. Well, we're still having some fun with this lathe. And one of the features of it is you can run the cross feed and the longitudinal feed at the same time to cut some short tapers. So I kind of got it set up, and first I'm going to show you how the handles are moving, and then we'll do another cut and actually see it cutting. Here we go. Alright, now watch the handles. You see them both moving. So that way it would be making a cut. Alright, now you've seen that work. See if we can actually get it up here and do some cutting. Oh, reset here a little bit. All right, here we go. Try this again. I don't know if I can get a different angle or not. Let me see if we can do that. Well, I got us on a little different angle here, so let's see if we can do some of these taper cuts. I think I have a little better view here. Kind of a nice feature. You usually don't see that on too many lathes. I know there's some out there that has that feature. So we'll try it again. I never checked to see what angle that was. I'm sure if you do, different feed rates, come up with different angles. This is what I've been doing here. This is a 8,000 feed rate. We'll try one more time, huh? A little lighter cut that time. Yeah, it's not super smooth, but I'm sure if you hit it with a file and some emery paper, it'd come right in, and you know, you'd have to play with some different feed rates and things to get it to come out better, but it's just kind of an interesting feature. So I just want to say thanks for stopping in and checking on my shop update. Thanks to any new subscribers I've picked up lately, and any new ones that's coming, who knows. I don't know what I'll do next for a video, but I guess time will tell. I'm sure I'll come up with something. So anyway, thanks again for stopping in, and we'll see you later.